Though dogs are universally adored, there's one particular breed that's had a bad rap for decades. Among the so-called dangerous dog breeds, such as Rottweilers and Doberman Pinschers, pit bulls take the cake for being the most feared. Though the pitty stigma has been slowly decreasing, one particular incident may further prove their warm, caring nature. When Robert McGowan experienced the fright of his life in his own home, he was petrified. This could have very well been the end of him. But when his two silver pitties stepped up to the plate, Robert was in awe of how his precious pups reacted. When Robert McGowan visited an animal shelter, the sight of Ellabelle and Ladybug, two frightened pit bulls, had him feeling spasms in his heart. It was undeniably love at first sight. Considering many people refuse to adopt pit bulls because of the breed's crummy, unjust reputation, Robert felt that he needed to rescue them, even after considering their backgrounds. In their past lives, Ellabelle and Ladybug were unwanted and neglected. We'd rather not think about the awful things they've endured, but Robert was determined to give them the life they deserved. They fit right in Robert's cozy home. They're very docile and timid. They're not aggressive at all, Robert explained. He saw the two pooches as sweet couch potatoes, clearly standing up for the defamed breed. Though they were definitely mushy couch potatoes, when needed, Ellabelle and Ladybug would spring into action. When Robert spent an evening relaxing in his open garage in late 2019, he couldn't have predicted just how much he truly needed his girls. As Robert kicked back in his garage next to his car, four strangers suddenly rushed over to him, seemingly out of nowhere, and began physically attacking him. Fear struck Robert. One just punched me straight in the eye. I was knocked off my chair, he recalled. The four men angrily demanded Robert hand over his car keys. The nightmare wasn't over. Shocked, confused, and scared for the state of his life, Robert disclosed that his car keys were inside the house. He felt that he had no choice. Along with his car keys, Robert imagined them booking it with his laptop, television, and wallet. The would-be burglars, who confidently invited themselves in, had no idea that there were also two beefy bodyguards in the house, ready to defend their beloved master's honor. Those delinquents were in for a double dose of four-legged fury. When the thugs opened the door to Robert's home, they were greeted by Ellabelle and Ladybug, who put on their best tough guy faces and barked as aggressively as possible. Though it's hard to picture these mushes looking even a little bit scary, they're pretty good actors. The men immediately panicked, likely due to the fact that they were looking at America's most feared dog breed in the face, ×2. With the dog's sharp fangs and prominent muscles, the bug-eyed group saw the potential to lose a few limbs. Afraid of how that square-off may have panned out, the group darted out of the scene without a car or any of Robert's other possessions in hand. Mission not accomplished. They chased them out. My girls ran into the garage and stood over me. They stood there barking, making it clear that no one was going to hurt me anymore. The four people took off, Robert said, proud of his dear dogs. Robert was lucky to only walk away with a black swollen eye, as well as to still have a working car sitting in his driveway. He knew the debacle could have easily led to a more gruesome ending. All Robert could think of was how grateful he was to have his furry daughters. They got toys and treats. They got good stuff, he said with a smile. Ellabelle and Ladybug proved to be his true family. Though the incident was horrific, likely leaving Robert with awful recurring flashbacks, he hopes this story of pit bull heroism will inspire others to adopt from shelters. Adopt, don't shop, y'all. They're rescues, unwanted dogs. They saved my life. Please consider adopting a rescue. They might save your life too, Robert urged. When we see photos of Robert and his rescued babies, we see a relationship centered around mutual understanding, companionship, and unconditional love. Robert was there for Ellabelle and Ladybug when they craved a loving home, and they proved that his deed was never taken for granted. In this case, the pitties in question were found protecting their own human, but believe it or not, pit bulls will even spare a paw for vulnerable animals. Pitties have so much love to give, and rescue organization Dallas Dog RRR witnessed that firsthand. Dallas Dog RRR had one mission: find a home for every unwanted, broken, or abandoned dog in the Dallas, Texas area. Rescuers had seen a lot of dogs through the years, but never a pooch like Pitty.